The VOP Court came about as a result of an idea by the DA's office to reduce the congestion and volume in our home courts.
This is a growing county, one of the fastest growing counties in the state. The number of criminal cases has also increased, really at a dramatic rate. We don't have the people to handle all the cases, so they had to find a better way to handle some of those cases so that we don't just dismiss cases that should be prosecuted, but we don't have the resources to prosecute. Night court became an avenue for that. And the way we do it is that we take folks who are on probation, who violate the law, by going to night court instead of going to a jury trial. It greatly expedites the process, still protects all of their rights, but it uses far fewer resources and moves the case. They get a fast decision on their case, and they get a reasonable settlement or sentence.
When a case comes in from the law enforcement agency, we have our choices to file felonies, misdemeanors, or nothing at all if we don't think there's enough evidence. Now we've added a new choice, which is violation of probation in lieu of new charges. And that's only, of course, if a person's on felony probation. If we take the traditional approach, the person is arraigned. There are numerous settlement appearances and negotiated settlements. Probably in our county, it was upwards of 5 to 10 appearances before we even set a case for a preliminary hearing, which is the next step. We're filing 12 to 15,000 felony cases a year, and we know that many of those people are on felony probation. And they're low-level offenders that could be in and out of the system in a much shorter and efficient time if we just filed a violation of probation on them in lieu of fresh charges. Only certain people are going to be eligible for the violation of probation in lieu program, and the way we set up the criteria at the outset, it comes down to theft offenses and drug offenders. A great majority of offenders commit those crimes over and over again and no other serious crimes. And so if a person's on felony probation and they commit another petty theft or another drug offense, they would qualify. We're doing approximately 2,000 cases a year. And that equates to, I think, 8 to 12% perhaps of our cases that we do in this county.
The 2,000 cases annually then come over to the VOP Court, and they have distinct advantages for our clients. They don't get a new felony or misdemeanor charge. It goes by way of a violation of probation instead of a new charge. They don't get a new grant of probation. It's the same probation. And they spend fewer days in custody pending disposition of the case. The majority of the in-custody clients in VOP Court resolve their cases in less than 10 days from the date of their arrest, which is very fast. 40% approximately resolve their cases on the first court appearance, in one court appearance.
What we've taken is a process that can take 4 months to 2 years and condensed it down to 2 or 3 weeks. We obtain the same accountability for low-level offenders in VOP Court, and then we can shift those resources that would have gone to prosecute them under the traditional style and move them into putting more efforts in the major crimes and the hardcore offenders.
It's a terrific program. If any other county is interested in the program and they want to see how it works, send a judge up here for a day and let them follow me so they can see. This program is a terrific program, and it would work for a county that has a lot of violations of probation. They get caught up in all of the other cases that you have and with the misdemeanors and the felonies, and they kind of get lost in the shuffle. This way they all get handled very quickly. They get handled in a pretty standardized fashion, so you don't have vastly different sentencings and so forth. And it's a very, very effective way to adjudicate these cases. Also saves a ton of money. Don't have to transport prisoners around from courthouse to jail to courthouse to jail. You don't have to do jury trials. You don't have to do extended numbers of proceedings. It's very efficient, and it saves a great deal of money. It saves us several $1 million a year.
Well, one of the benefits of having the VOP court was that those defendants in custody remained at the jail, so we eliminated the transportation and the security issues of actually busing them from the main jail to the courthouse to be heard for violations that would normally be charged as fresh arrests. we streamlined that operation, added a layer of security by keeping them in the main jail.
So overall, on balance, the sentences are fair, the dispositions are fair in there. At the same time, the clients don't lose their basic due process rights. We still are provided with copies of the police report. We review those, we read those, we interview our clients, we negotiate with the DAs and the judges on fair resolutions of the cases. If we need to investigate the case, we can investigate the case, put it over for investigation. We have our own internal in-house investigators. If we need to hire an expert, we can hire an expert. And at the end of the day, if the case doesn't resolve, the client gets a hearing. Albeit it's not a jury trial, it's a court trial, it's a violation of probation hearing. It's a lesser standard of proof for the DA than in a jury trial, but again, on balance, we think it's a fair system.
To give the recognition to the people who are involved in this, the district attorney's office, the public defender's office, the sheriff's department, and the probation department, along with the court, it's a collaborative effort, it's an award to all of them. And to have an association like CSAC come along and recognize what a valuable program it is, that meant a great deal to us.